Welcome to Don't Stop Laughing. I'm your host Jonathan, and today we have our lovely Breaking Bad episode where we try and make some good stuff for you. Today on today's show we have my friend Ella, who works down at St. Zeus down in Lower Hutt, the one that John Johansson said highly recommended, and their cakes are actually pretty good. Don't take her word for it, they are actually pretty good. And we've got our lovely good friend Daniel Jameson, who's drawn us a lovely story of his times with baking, as well as we have SB and Matthew, lovely, two other wonderful YouTubers from around New Zealand, and that are baking for us as well. If you also need to join the Don't Stop Laughing crew, please like us and flick us a message on our Facebook page, and we'll be happy to talk with you about the loveliness that is a show for YouTube. Hi and welcome to our lovely show called Don't Stop Laughing. I'm here with Ella
Davidita,
and we are doing a Breaking Bad episode today, and I'm here to ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
So, when did you start baking?
When did I start baking? I started probably 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. Yes, I was originally a barista, and then I had to help in the kitchen, and that just carried on as not really a career, but something to do at work.
Okay. Do you bake often at home, out of work?
No, no, I didn't have time. Because it's a pretty busy day at work, and by the time you get home, you don't really want to bake.
Fair enough. So, have you ever done anything, I guess, baking bad?
Baking bad.
Baking bad, like your worst time baking.
a lot of things really. Forgetting to put ingredients, and the cake or whatever has turned out really either rock hard or so it's pretty much trial and error. And gaining that experience.
Okay. So what do you feel about flour?
Flour. What do I feel about it?
Yes.
It's alright. It's an ingredient.
Fair enough.
No, it's nice to touch, but I hate it because it goes everywhere. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So
but messy.
So what area did you want to go into before being a baker, essentially?
I was making coffee. I was a barista. I still am a barista, but as I said, I got pushed into baking because of staff problems. So I had to cover for the baker, and then that went on to cooking. And that's about it. Now I'm at NASI doing fine arts, which is very different, I guess.
That's pretty good. So, so what is it like being a baker then?
Well, I wouldn't actually say I'm a baker. I would say that I can bake and make cakes and cupcakes and that. But I wouldn't classify myself as a baker. I am not trained professionally I mean at work, yes, I have lots of experience doing some baking, but I haven't studied it as a career. But I love baking. I love making food in general.
So any funny moments that you've had while baking?
Funny moments. I think there was one time when I was making something really like the garlic today is quite thick and quite messy. And yeah, just chucking that to other people is quite fun. Yeah, food fight is always fun.
That is true. I remember some times when I've had flour and egg wars. Have you ever done that?
Oh no, not really. No.
It gets in all your clothes and everything.
Yeah, there's actually one of my co-workers in my previous job. She is one of the baristas, and at the time I was the barista, but she actually broke an egg on one of the baker's forehead, and that was so funny. And yeah, it was just food fight after that, pretty much. And we made a lot of mess. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Woo! And welcome to the Don't Stop Laughing Baking Bad Vodcast. So, baking bad is something we all do, whether it's burning the toast or setting the oven on fire. One experience I've got. Yes, so I remember setting popcorn on fire. One of my greatest experiences of my life. I wouldn't say that, but it's pretty good. Pretty high up there. Insane experience. But I look back on it and I laugh. So it's a good experience. It's one of those things. Microwave popcorn. We can't cook it right. Because there's a certain time to get all the kernels popped. Otherwise we just left with half the bag of popcorn and half the bag of kernels. And you don't want that when you paid a top dime for a nice microwave popcorn when they're probably only $1, tell you that much. But you don't want to waste that dollar on half a bag of popcorn, you know. But yeah, I would always look on the back of these microwave packets and they'll tell me something like 2 minutes 30 or I'm not sure, I don't know if you can cook them in the oven, but I wouldn't advise it. But yeah, it's something I cannot get right. So I decided to stick or whatnot, and decided to put in the oven, the microwave for 2 minutes. And there was like half the kernels in there, so I decided to put it in longer. The only thing is that I forgot a minute or two later. I was like, shit, I've got to get this popcorn. Because when I came back to it, it was didn't look good. It was pretty much, it nearly was on fire. Most of the popcorn burned. I had to pretty much soak the whole bag in water from the tap right next to it and just bin it because I couldn't. So yeah, you either have, I wouldn't advise cooking it longer. I would advise just sticking to the packet requirements. But yeah, lucky I didn't set the sprinklers off, of course. That would have been a story and a half to tell. Another thing I'd talk about is sandwiches. I see my family had this kind of thing. Well, not all my family, but most males in this family, somewhat, tend to have things in sandwiches you don't usually have. Like, add a pizza with a sandwich in it, which is more dough in a sandwich. How fun that'd be, but you get all the flavors in there, so I suppose, I don't know how it works. But one sandwich I decided to make one day was quite interesting. I just looked at everything in the cupboard and decided to add it to a sandwich. You know, with someone finding it in the fridge and be like, what the hell? Look at this sandwich. It had like, I don't know, it had like a muesli bar. I don't know why I put a muesli bar in there. Like peanut butter. And I'm into my sandwiches. I like my peanut butter and jam sandwiches. They're really nice peanut butter and jam sandwiches. I usually fill my sandwiches with a whopping load of jam. I remember almost choking on the peanut butter, how much peanut butter I used to put in there. It ended up me getting like a whole kg of peanut butter to last a while. Because I used to go through the small ones quite quickly because I came home, had this whopping big sandwich with giant amounts of peanut butter and jam. And the jam and the peanut butter had to be, I had to have more jam than peanut butter to make me eat it properly. So yeah, sandwiches are an interesting concept for me. Yep. And yeah, that's pretty much all the stories I have for cooking. I mean, I do a bit of baking here and there. And sometimes I do have things that don't go as planned. Like the first time I cooked at school when I was intermediate, I made the pizza too dry, and that's something that happens every now and again. But now I don't cook too bad. I certainly don't burn stuff like in this image here. I think that's Jono cooking at the moment. I'm not too sure. And I'm just enjoying the flour. So yeah, thank you for joining my podcast. I'll try to be as funny as I can. But yeah, thank you. Goodbye.
Yo guys, I managed to find a 7. I managed to scrape together everything else I needed. That cupboard over there is completely empty. It's like, I think I've used all my ingredients. So, why don't we get another, we're going to need what? Another cup? So let's get another cup. Flour, We'll pour it in there just like Bob Joe does. Bit like Bob the Builder.
Right, hold up there.
So what you do next is then you want to go dump it in here like that.
Are you sure?
No.
Are you sure, guys? I don't think that's right, mister. Some of it needs to be on the floor. You need to start again, mister.
So what? I thought I was following a recipe. Okay.
No,
so
you don't need to follow the recipe. As I was saying before, I'm in charge of the butter.
So, here we go again.
30 grams, wasn't it? Let's just dump it in here with the trusty scales, obviously. Let's see, does it say 30 grams? All these bloody things. Oh, come on. Oh, screw it. Let's just put it in there. Unless Fire wants to help.
I got it all over my fingers.
Lovely.
Eat it
Right.
before you make it.
Yeah, even though he's out of the frame right now, obviously, but you can,
Oh.
yeah, so obviously the next step was supposed to rub it together. Lovely. Do we want some on my face?
Yeah, great suntan lotion. It's excellent.
Yeah, obviously.
It'll probably protect you from
Great
30 plus.
motion, folks. Before you go down, but let's move stuff out of the way.
Yeah, that's where it belongs, isn't it?
No, just put it on the fire. We don't need to make too much of a catastrophe right here, right now, do
Nah,
we?
she's,
Just a
she,
bit
don't,
of
she don't know what she's doing.
as he always says about that, eh? Just have to find ways to just, make it perfect. Unless he wants to burn them in the end process.
Nah, no, burn them. Set the house on fire.
Yeah, we'll hopefully find our special guest of the taste tester once the end result comes through. He'll be the judge if they're burnt or not.
Do you reckon? How good do you reckon this will taste? Let us know down below.
Yes.
So, I think now we'll soon be ready on
Is it
phase
really?
3.
Yeah.
Remember, phase 3, there's quite a few phases in this.
So
So now we need to add the milk and egg into the dry ingredients. See if we can do that without spilling anything,
yeah.
We've got a bit of a shaky hand. Yo guys, guess what? I'm a crap baker at the moment. I totally forgot the dates. We only need half a cup.
Silly fire, he should have read the recipe. And guys,
I did read the recipe, didn't you see it? You saw me,
Minnie Espy isn't sure
Oh,
about
I'll
that.
quickly mix this in. Oh, I love it, jubbly.
Matthew's favourite.
Right, now we need the milky.
Now, you
We'll
gotta
pour-
love the milk.
Yeah, so we need 2/3 of this, guys. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Oh, pour the water in. There's one.
You want to make a waterfall now, don't we?
There's two. And now we need an egg, I'm pretty sure we need an egg. I want that little spoon.
that little teaspoon.
I'm no. Oh, there it is. I'm no good at crafting eggs. Date. I'll get a date.
Feed it.
Yo guys, it looks like we got our taste tester here. He's
Yeah,
quite enjoying the flour at the moment. So we're gonna see if he likes the date. If he doesn't like this date, we are not gonna use it.
Mr. Pudson, here, come here, yo. You want this little fella? Do you want to?
Will he like it?
Leave it
Is he
on
gonna
floor.
eat it? Oh, look at that. A cat eating a date.
Pulling it through it, isn't he, folks?
You wouldn't think that, so it looks like they're good to use.
And obviously he's a little vacuum cleaner ready to suck up.
Rightio, so as you can see, I'm finished doing this ball. She likes my balls.
Really?
So
Okay.
it's time for Aspie to take over.
Yeah, thank you, Fire. Right, remove the bowl. Dump this bad boy on the table, even though I'm being rough with his balls right now.
Oh!
Need to keep rolling it. Feel the pain, doesn't he?
Oh, it's only getting worse. It really is. Crushed ball. Do you know what that feels like, guys? Oh.
I'll use a bit of my hand motion too in here. I know it didn't.
Oh,
wasn't supposed
relax.
to, but hey,
Oh, it's nice relaxing.
yeah, relax his muscles a bit for this. Poor Fireballs has been stretched to the max right now. Don't know what he'll feel like after this.
So, guys, it looks like we've finally finished them, as you can see,
They look like friggin' pancakes.
without them falling off. That's what they should look like, even though we did do quite a few mistakes. It was, you know, hilarious. So, we're about to put these in the oven.
Yes, poor
And
bad boys.
Aspie will let you know on how long they take.
Okay, right, if I can get into the frame. It should take at least 12-15 minutes, or until it's done hollow in the centre, as it reads in the recipe.
There you are, guys. That's my amazing scones. Now just cooling, and hopefully soon they'll be ready to eat. So I hope you guys enjoyed,
Please let me know in the
had a
comments below.
laugh. Until next time, sit tight.
And don't stop laughing.